Good morning. It's Sunday morning and it's early and the house is quiet, so I wanted to go ahead and read my letter to Brayden. It was a beautiful day yesterday and I spent a lot of time outside just trying to get myself out of the house and to be able to just enjoy some sunshine and fresh air. I have to push myself to do that because I find myself just staying in the house day after day after day, and then that day turns into a week, turns into 2 weeks, and so it's important to me and for me to get dressed, to get cleaned up, and to get out of the house. And so yesterday, I spent most of the day out of the house, and that was nice. So I was reading ahead on this letter, and I talk about Brayden showing up for me, and he's been showing up a lot lately. And that is priceless to me. It feels like the times when things, and I know I mentioned this before, but when things feel the heaviest are when I can most sense his presence. And just like Friday, for instance, I had mentioned that I spent some time in the car in the driveway, and I spent that time talking to God and talking to Brayden and doing a whole lot of crying, having one of those moments where I was asking, why did you have to leave me? And I try not to do that because I know that until I see Brayden again in heaven, I won't have that answer. So I try not to even ask the question. But when I walked back in the house that morning, excuse me, I know I've got some Kleenexes laying around here somewhere. When I walked back in the house that morning, it's like I could sense him bounding up the stairs in front of me when I walked in. He had this way, my tall boy with those long legs. We have 6 steps from our front landing up to the main floor, and he would take it in 2 steps. Just boom, boom, same way every time. And I felt him go before me that morning. And I felt like he just kind of spent the day with me that day. So, let me go ahead and get started. This letter is from March 14th, 2025. This is my 40th letter to Brayden. Good morning, my precious boy. Today is Friday, and I'm so glad. I didn't rest again last night. I go to bed so tired, and I don't usually have trouble falling asleep, but I can't stay asleep. When I do sleep, I have the craziest, most chaotic dreams. It's like my racing mind carries over even into my sleep. Last night, I woke up at 2:39 a.m. My back is still bothering me, but we got a new mattress yesterday, and I was so hopeful for a good night's rest, but it just didn't happen. I've been reading back through our text messages the last few days. I miss us. I just pause for a moment. Of course, I keep the text messages between us still on my phone, and I go back and read them often. But I've also kept service on his phone, and I'll text him sometimes. His phone has never been turned back on from that night, and it never will be. But I keep service on it. And sometimes I even call it just so I can say, hey, call Brayden. And I'll never forget the first time I did that. I was in the car and I said it, over the Bluetooth, hey, call Brayden. And it said, calling Brayden home. And again, for reasons that I will never understand in this lifetime, God was calling Brayden home. Sorry. I've been reading back through our text messages the last few days. I miss us. Our relationship is beautiful, and I crave those interactions so much. Lydia, that's our daughter, wrote a beautiful song about you. I know you heard it, and I bet it made you smile when I listened to it last night. The weather has been really nice the last couple of days, and Eric has been making sure to get me out of the house to get some sunshine and fresh air. We went for a walk down by the river, and he said he wanted to get me out because he knew that you would have been loving the warm weather, and you'd be out enjoying every minute. I know you would, and I know you were out there with me. I want to live like you. I want to live my life in a way that makes you proud. Full of love and happiness. And I'm trying. This morning I glanced up from my computer because something caught my eye. I saw something moving and realized it was a deer, then another, and another, and another. 7 deer walking across the bank and across the front yard, and they were all big, full-grown deer. I've never seen that many here at one time, especially not in the front yard. And then right on the tree in front of my window was the brightest, most beautiful cardinal. I know you're showing up for me. Sweet face, sweet words, sweet boy. I love you, Brayden.